Echoes of pages where the stories thrive. Black souls' tales keep dreams alive. From African authors with voices so bold, timeless treasures, their words unfold. Black soul stories, TV calling new. A world of books with a vibrant view. Pick up a tale, let it speak to your soul. Reading ignites, making hearts whole. In a time where books seem to fade, our heritage through words is not betrayed. From villages wide to city dust, through tales of love and secrets robust. Black soap stories, TV calling you. A world of books with a vibrant view. Pick up the tale, let it speak to your soul. Reading ignites, making hearts whole. In a time where books seem to fade, our heritage through words is not betrayed. From villages wide to city dust, through tales of love and secrets robust. Oh, Black soap stories, TV calling you. A world of books with a vibrant view. Pick up a tale, let it speak to your soul. Reading ignites, making hearts whole. Feel the drumbeat as the pages turn. Through wisdom and fire our spirits burn. A book in your hands is a key to the light. Join the journey, take flight tonight. Folklore deep to cities high, stories that teach and make us cry. African flute singers, wisdom flows. Dive in the magic where the rhythm grows. From folklore deep to cities high, stories that teach and make us cry. African flute singers, wisdom flows. Dive in the magic where the rhythm grows. Echoes of pages where the stories thrive. Black souls' tales keep dreams alive. From African authors with voices so bold, timeless treasures, their words unfold. Black soap stories, TV calling you. A world of books with a vibrant view. Pick up a tale, let it speak to your soul. Reading ignites, making hearts whole. In a time where books seem to fade, our heritage through words is not betrayed. From villages wide to city dust, through tales of love and secrets robust. Black soap stories, TV calling you. A world of books with a vibrant view. Pick up the tale, let it speak to your soul. Reading ignites, making hearts whole. In a time where books seem to fade, our heritage through words is not betrayed. From villages wide to city dust, through tales of love and secrets robust. Oh, Black soap stories, TV calling you. A world of books with a vibrant view. nights making hearts whole. Feel the drumbeat as the pages turn. Through wisdom and fire our spirits burn. A book in your hands is a key to the light. Join the journey, take flight tonight. From folklore deep to cities high, stories that teach and make us cry. African flute singers, wisdom flows. Dive in the magic where the rhythm grows. From folklore deep to cities high, stories that teach and make us cry. African flute singers, wisdom flows. Dive in the magic where the rhythm grows.
Welcome to another interesting episode on Black Sub Stories TV. If you are just joining me for today's live, welcome. If you are a new subscriber, welcome to my channel. This is Black Sub Stories TV, where we share interesting stories about everyday African life and environment. Today's story is titled The Golden Kolanuts of Obodo. Thank you for joining me once again, all my viewers. Today's story is titled The Golden Kolanuts of Obodo. In the ancient kingdom of Obodo, nestled between the mighty Niger River and the whispering forest of Igbo Atland, there lived a merchant named Emeka, whose wealth rivaled that of kings. Yet for all his riches, Emeka's heart remained empty as a dried calabash, for he had never known love. This changed on a humid morning when the harmattan winds carried the scent of jasmine from the village square. There, beneath the great Iroko tree where the elders held court, Emeka first laid eyes on Adamma. She was the daughter of a humble yam farmer, her skin the color of rich earth after rain, her eyes bright as stars reflected in the sacred river. When she laughed at something her friend whispered, the sound was like the wind chimed blessings in the morning. Emeka felt his heart tighten in a way that had nothing to do with the dust in the air. He had known many women, wives chosen from their family connections, concubines selected for their beauty, but none had ever made his hand tremble as they did now, watching this simple village girl adjust her colorful head wrap. "Who is she?" he asked his closest friend and business partner, Chidi. Chidi, who had noticed his master's sudden stillness, said, "That is Adamma, daughter of Okonkwo the farmer." Chidi replied, his own eyes lingering on the young woman's graceful movements. "They said she's as wise as she's beautiful, and that her heart is as pure as the morning dew." My dear listeners, tell me in the comments, have you ever experienced love at first sight like Emeka? If you have, please drop a heart in the comment section. But if you think love takes time to grow, please drop a thinking face. Thank you. Emeka's compound sprawled across 7 hills, filled with ivory tusk, precious beads, and exotic spices that perfumed the air for miles around. From that day forward, Emeka courted Adamma with the persistence of a man who had never been denied anything. He sent her gifts of gold jewelries, fine clothes, commissioned praise singers to compose songs about her beauty, and even offered her father a bride price that would have made him wealthy beyond imagination. But Adama, though flattered by his attention, remained unmoved by his material offerings. "I don't need gold to make me happy," she told him one evening as they walked along the river bank, chaperoned by her younger brother. "I need a man who would see my heart, not just my face. A man who would love me even if I were as poor as a church mouse." What do you think of Adama's response to Emeka? Adama said she wanted someone who would love her even if she were as poor as a church mouse. What do you think? Is the most important quality in a partner wealth, love, loyalty, honesty, or something else? Tell me what you think is the most important quality in a partner. Emeka, who had never considered that anyone might reject his wealth, was both frustrated and enchanted by her words. He began to court her differently, sharing stories of his childhood dreams, his fears about the loneliness that haunted his grand house, and his growing realization that all his possessions meant nothing without someone to share them with. Slowly, like the sun breaking through a storm cloud, Adama's heart began to soften towards him. She saw beneath his merchant's calculating exterior a vulnerable man who had forgotten how to be happy. Their love bloomed like the flame tree in dry season, sudden, brilliant, and impossible to ignore. Meanwhile, Chidi watched this transformation with growing resentment. He had been Emeka's friend since childhood, his partner in building the trading empire that had made them both wealthy. But while Emeka lived in luxury, Chidi remained in the shadows, always the trusted advisor but never the master. He had convinced himself that he deserved more, that his contribution to their success had been overlooked, that fate had been unfair in the distribution of fortune. When Chidi saw how Adama's love transformed his friend, and now Emeka's laughter returned, how his eyes lit up with joy, how he spoke of changing his ways to become worthy of such a woman, a bitter seed of envy took root in his heart. The opportunity for revenge came during the New Yam festival, when the kingdom's most precious treasures were displayed for all to see. The golden Kolanuts of Obodo were ancient artifacts, 3 nuts cast in pure gold and blessed by the gods themselves. Legend said they brought prosperity to the kingdom, and whoever possessed them would know wealth beyond measure. They were guarded day and night in the palace, brought out only for most sacred ceremonies. Chidi knew the guards' routine, knew the secret passages in the palace from his years of trading with the royal court. More importantly, he knew that the theft would be blamed on foreign raiders, not on a respected local merchant. But first, he needed to ensure the suspicion fell on someone else entirely. 3 days before the festival, Chidi approached Adama's father with a fabricated story. "I must warn you, Mazi Okonkwo," he said, his voice heavy with false concern. "There are whispers in the market that Emeka's wealth comes from forbidden sources. Some say he has dealings with the spirit of the forest, that his success is not pure. In fact, they say that he did money rituals." Mazi Okonkwo, if you love your daughter, do not allow her to marry Emeka, because na fly wey no dey hear word na im dey follow dead body enter grave, he said. Okonkwo, a simple man who feared anything connected to the supernatural, felt his blood run cold. "What do you mean?" he asked, afraid. "I have seen strange lights coming from his compound at night," Chidi continued, weaving his lies with the skill of a master craftsman. "And have you noticed how unusually prosperous he has become? No honest merchant could accumulate such wealth so quickly. I fear your daughter might be in danger if you let her marry him. The seed of doubt once planted grew quickly in Okonkwo's mind. He began to watch Emeka differently, to question the source of his gifts, to wonder if his daughter was being lured into something evil. When Emeka came back to ask for Adamma's hand in marriage, Okonkwo's response was cold and final. I cannot give my daughter to a man whose wealth may be cursed, he declared. As for you, Adamma, wait for another suitor, one whose prosperity comes from honest work, he told his daughter Adamma. Emeka was devastated. He pleaded with Okonkwo, offering to prove his innocence, to show the records of his trading ventures, to bring witnesses to testify to his character. But Okonkwo had made up his mind, and traditional custom prevented Emeka from marrying Adamma without her father's consent. On the night of the New Yam Festival, as the entire kingdom celebrated with music and dancing, Chidi enacted his plans. He slipped into the palace through the servant quarters. Then he blew a powdery substance into the air. The substance, which he had obtained from a native doctor, was meant to make whoever inhaled it fall into a very deep sleep. The palace guard immediately were disabled after inhaling it. The palace corridors were dark and silent, broken only by the distant sounds of celebration from the village square. Moving like a shadow through the ancient halls, Chidi made his way to the sacred chambers where the golden treasure had been returned. His heart pounded as he carefully lifted each precious artifact, wrapping them in clean cloth. Then, with the cunning of a serpent, he went to Emeka's compound and planted one of the nuts in Emeka's compound, hiding it in the storage room where it would certainly be found. The theft was executed with precision, every step calculated to ensure that the blame fell on his friend Emeka, while he remained above suspicion. Dear listeners, tell me in the comments, have you ever had a friend betray you like Chidi did? Or have you witnessed toxic jealousy destroy friendships? Please share your experience if you're comfortable, or just type "been there" in the comment section. Thank you for engaging, commenting, and sharing your experiences or opinions. Let's get back to the story. The next morning, when the theft was discovered, the kingdom erupted in chaos. The king's guard searched every house, every compound, every possible hiding place. When they found the golden kolanut in Emeka's possession, the accusation was swift and damning. Thief! Thief! Oh, thief! Ole! Barawo! Betrayer of the kingdom! Emeka's protestation of innocence fell on deaf ears. The evidence was undeniable, the punishment severe. He was stripped naked, beaten, and banished from the kingdom, marked as a man cursed by the gods themselves. As he was led away in chains through the village square, past the great Iroko tree where he had first seen Adamma, he caught sight of her in the crowd. Her face streaked with tears, her eyes filled with confusion and pain. She reached towards him helplessly as the guards pushed him forward. But the crowd pressed between them, their angry voices drowning out her cries of protest. The man she loved was being taken from her, condemned for a crime she could not believe he had committed. Adamma's heart, broken and confused by her father's sudden change of heart, had been forbidden from seeing Emeka again. She had wept for days, unable to understand why her happiness was being taken and was being destroyed by whispers and rumors she had never heard before. Now, watching him disappear into exile, she felt her world crumbling around her. But Chidi had underestimated the power of love and the persistence of truth. Adama, despite her father's warnings and apparent evidence of Emeka's guilt, could not believe that the man who had opened his heart to her was capable of such treachery. She began her own investigation, quietly questioning servants, guards, and traders who might have seen something unusual. Her breakthrough came from an unexpected source. A young palace servant who had noticed Chidi near the royal quarters on the night of the theft. The boy had thought nothing of it at the time, since Chidi was known to have business at the palace. But when Adama pressed him for details under the shade of the baobab tree, he remembered something odd. He was carrying a bag, the boy said, and he seemed nervous, looking over his shoulders. When I greeted him, he jumped like a startled antelope. Adama's suspicion grew when she discovered he had been asking questions about the palace security, claiming he wanted to improve the protection of his own compound. She began to watch him carefully, noting his sudden increase in wealth, his new compound under construction, and most telling, his lack of surprise when Emeka was accused. The truth came to light in a way that even Chidi, for all his cunning, could not have anticipated. His own greed betrayed him. Unable to resist the temptation of possessing the remaining golden Kolanuts, he hid them in his compound, planning to claim later that he had found them and thus restore his reputation as a hero of the kingdom. But gold has a way of calling to gold, and the three Kolanuts, separated for the first time in centuries, began to emit a strange pulsing glow that could be seen through the walls of a building. The mystical light grew stronger each night until Chidi's compound blazed with an otherworldly radiance that could no longer be hidden. The palace diviner, using ancient magic, tracked the stolen treasures by following the mystical light straight to Chidi's door. The supernatural glow was unmistakable, penetrating through walls and revealing the location of the sacred golden Kolanuts of Obodo. When confronted with the evidence, Chidi's carefully constructed facade crumbled. In his desperation, he confessed not only to the theft, but to his plot against Emeka, admitting that jealousy and greed had driven him to destroy his oldest friend. The entire kingdom was shocked by the revelation of betrayal from within their own community. Traditional laws demanded severe punishment for theft of sacred objects, exile, loss of limbs, or even death. But Emeka, despite everything his former friend had done to him, asked for mercy. "Your Majesty," he said, his voice carrying the weight of hard-won wisdom, "I have learnt that revenge only breeds more suffering. Let Chidi work to repay what he has stolen, and let his punishment be to live with the knowledge of what his greed has cost him." The king, moved by this display of forgiveness, commuted Chidi's sentence to a lifetime of service to the kingdom, working to restore what he had tried to destroy. Chidi, crushed by the weight of his friend's mercy and his own guilt, accepted his fate with the first genuine emotion he had felt in years: remorse. Years passed, and Emeka and Adama's love story became legend throughout the land. They had many children, and their household was known for its generosity and wisdom. Emeka used his wealth not just for personal gains but to help others, establishing schools and supporting farmers during difficult seasons. But perhaps the most profound change was in how the kingdom viewed wealth itself. The golden kola nuts of Obodo, once symbols of material prosperity, were reinterpreted as representation of three treasures that truly mattered: love, which enriches the heart; integrity, which enriches the soul; and compassion, which enriches community. Chidi, working in the service of the kingdom, slowly found his own path to redemption. He became known for his dedication to helping others, and in time, some even forgot his past crime, remembering only his years of faithful service. He never married, never accumulated wealth again, but in his final years, he found peace that eluded him during his prosperous but envious youth. Morale. True wealth lies not in what we possess, but in what we share with each other. Love, built on genuine cares and respect, will survive the storm, while relationship poisoned by envy and greed will inevitably destroy themselves. The greatest riches are found not in golden treasures, but in the golden thread of trust, compassion, and forgiveness that binds human hearts together. When we choose mercy over revenge, we not only heal others, we discover our own capacity for greatness. Thank you for listening. To all our returning subscribers, we say thank you. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and hit the notification button so you can be informed whenever we bring more interesting stories. Do also like and share this video. Thank you.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Echoes of pages where the stories thrive. Black souls' tales keep dreams alive. From African authors with voices so bold, timeless treasures, their words unfold. Black soul stories, TV calling you. A world of books with a vibrant view. Pick up a tale, let it speak to your soul. Reading ignites, making hearts whole. In a time where books seem to fade, our heritage through words is not betrayed. From villages wide to city dust, through tales of love and secrets robust. Black soap stories, TV calling you. A world of books with a vibrant view. Pick up the tale, let it speak to your soul. Reading ignites, making hearts whole. In a time where books seem to fade, our heritage through words is not betrayed. From villages wide to city dust, through tales of love and secrets robust. Oh, black soap stories, TV calling you. A world of books with a vibrant view. Pick up a tale, let it speak to your soul. Reading ignites, making hearts whole. Feel the drumbeat as the pages turn. Through wisdom and fire our spirits burn. A book in your hands is a key to the light. Join the journey, take flight tonight. From folklore deep to cities high, stories that teach and make us cry. African flute singers, wisdom flows. Dive in the magic where the rhythm grows. From folklore deep to cities high, stories that teach and make us cry. African flute singers, wisdom flows. Dive in the magic where the rhythm grows.